Okay, right. Let's go to the digital corkboard. That's what I'm calling it now. The digital
The digital
corkboard.
corkboard.
Yeah, I think that's a better name than whatever the fuck I've been calling it. The old,
The
ye oldie,
metaphorical pinboard.
ye oldie metaphorical pinboard. So there's a few things on this. The first one being it's a new single out from Joe Billy featuring Elementality. It's called Storm. You might remember Joe Billy from our review of I'm the Motherfucking Spider-Man on episode 14. It's an absolute classic. I don't know if you've listened to this song.
I haven't actually had a chance to listen to it as of yet, no.
So Elementality, as far as I could find out, are like a sort of tribal, like Hawaiian-esque rock band from the North Jersey area. And this song kind of starts out quite a slow burn, and there is a bit of a tribal vibe coming in through like the drums. There's like some flutes, and some of the backing vocals are chanted, but then it just kicks in with that kind of familiar driving acoustic punk that Joe Billy does. And
Yeah.
it's really good. And once it gets going, it absolutely rips. But it's like the lyrics are like I've not written them down, but it's something about there's a storm coming, and it's quite a cool song. So worth a listen, I'd say. One of the other things is Slippery Trashmouf sent us another one of his EPs, and I think he's released quite a few things since we reviewed him on episode 15. But this one's just like 3 tracks, 10 minutes long, and it's got kind of the usual kind of drug references, casual swearing, and booming beats that you might expect from the Slippery Trashmouf. So it's worth checking out if you've enjoyed any of the kind of Scottish hip hop that we've covered. There's also a new song out by Viagra Boys. Have you heard this one?
Yeah, that's an absolute banger.
Yeah.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous that I never bought tickets whenever you did. Well, it must have been about 2 years ago now, is it?
Well, so I'm going to see them on Monday night,
Yeah.
Monday the 9th.
Yeah.
For context, 9th of May for context. And I booked that, well, I don't know when I bought the tickets, but it was supposed to be in like, well, maybe even May, but maybe March of 2020.
It was a while ago.
Something like that. So I probably bought them early that year or even the year before. But yeah, because it was supposed to be in Summer Hall in Edinburgh, and then it got cancelled, and it was supposed to be December last year, and it got postponed again. And it's moved to Glasgow now, so it's at the QMU in Glasgow, which I've never been to. But yeah, they've got this new song out, Ain't No Thief, and it is just, like you say, it's an absolute banger. Yeah, it's like, I've described it as a writhing, surging dance floor monster.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty
I think
description.
I think if they play that, it's going to blow the roof off of anywhere they play that. And they've got a new album coming in July, I think. So, I mean, it's a pretty quick turnaround. They only released an album last year, so that'll be pretty cool. And we will be going to see them at the Barrowlands in January as well.
We'll definitely have to get tickets for that. Did we get tickets for that?
Yeah, I got us tickets for it.
Fantastic.
So that'll be ace.
Yeah.
Okay, a couple more here. VOLDO, not spoken about VOLDO for a while. They have a new single out. We reviewed the album Sophia back on episode 12, and they've had a whole bunch of singles and an album out since then. And this song is called Cali Line, and it's just like quite a moody kind of somber song, but it's got this really cracking like guitar part right at the end, so it's quite a sort of slow build. You've got the familiar kind of warbling, slightly off-kilter vocals that you might be used to from VOLDO, and then this really awesome guitar part at the end, so definitely worth checking that out. I think they've got a new guitarist who is kind of lending a sort of different aspect to their sound, which is quite cool, so it'll be interesting to see where they go next with that. And the last one here was just to say, mentioned them last time, was just to say Muddy. A few new songs out now. I think last time they'd released the 10-minute long opus, The Kashmir Dwarf from Blue Giol, which I still don't know how to pronounce. But they've since released another song, another 11-minute song called My Mom is an Ergot Requiem, and a 7-minute song called Palindrome. I think they may have released another song as well, which I haven't written down.
Palindrome was the one that I've listened to most recently, and it's pretty much a completely instrumental number, with the exception of like the odd voice clip here and there. It almost kind of feels as if there's kind of 3 parts to it, because there's this really lovely bit that we kind of get treated at maybe about the kind of 4-minute mark, which feels kind of reminiscent of the type of stuff that Bonobo might have done on his Animal Magic album, but that's kind of like bookended with this like really brooding cello piece and like weird dark incantations, which I think maybe takes the gloss off the song a bit. But I think like Muddy being, you know, the type of band that they are, I think it'll probably be part of something bigger and probably be used in the album as a whole, or like the next album as a whole. So yeah, I think it'll be pretty interesting to see what they come out with.
Yeah, and that other song, My Mom is an Ergot Requiem, that, I mean, there's a lot of drone on there, there's some vocals, but I think when that was released, the main guy from Muddy had said he'd written it about kind of his mentor and teacher that had passed away, and it was sort of his way of working through the grief of that, and it's a very dense and strange kind of journey of a track. I don't really know exactly how to describe, but and it's got this artwork with like a giant sort of squid face, like monster on it, which is kind
like,
of
almost like Cthulhu. Like
I like Cthulhu, yeah. And that was kind of, I think it was a little bit of a weird misunderstanding when the he sent us the Kashmir Dwarf song, and you'd responded saying, "Oh, it sounds a bit like Squid, like the band Squid." And I think he misunderstood that as like an actual squid. So whoever did the artwork incorporated that into the artwork, but it turned out really.
We've been credited as being contributors.
Yeah. So that was quite good.
Yeah, it's cool, man.
It's really cool. So yeah. I think last time I said the album is probably going to be out in November, something like that. So I'm sure we'll get a chance to talk more about Muddy. Yeah, definitely.
It's not finished. It's finished.